How was the first, tournament practice, pre-tournament practice, and what you kind of like, out of what you were seeing?
No, we had a good practice and just preparing for both, Florida State and Virginia Tech, and just trying to put us in a position to play our best tomorrow. But we got here yesterday and had a good practice yesterday back at home, and it's nice to be here in DC. I like ACC Tournament here. The last time I was here, Marcus was a senior, and Bryce and Joel, and they were able to win the ACC Tournament. And I grew up here in Washington, D.C., so this is pretty cool coming back home.
Any kind of like conversations with Marcus, just kind of reflecting on that? The last time, obviously, he was out there.
Not a lot, but I do remember, that game against Virginia and just seeing the seniors, Marcus, Bryce, and Joel, being celebrated as seniors and being able to be ACC Tournament champions in 2016.
What kind of personal reflections do you have when you come up this way?
A lot. Again, I was born in Winston-Salem, but my dad worked 35 years for the Department of Education for the United States government. So his office is just right down the street. So this was home to me, and brings back great memories, but it also brings back sad memories because of my mom and just taking her to the hospitals and her doing radiation and chemotherapy. And so there's a lot of history here for me.
Where did you guys practice today?
At the Washington Wizards practice facility.
Is there a challenge in separating the end of the regular season and kind of getting into postseason mode, or is this a group that you just continue doing what you've been doing because they're always about the mission that day?
I do. I think this is a good group that can focus on what the mission is ahead, and understanding that the regular season is gone, and now this is the ACC tournament, and there's a focus and that has to be there in order for us to be the best that we can be. And so this group has always been able to adjust and move forward and be able to focus on what is real, and I don't see any change in terms of their preparation moving forward for the remainder of the season.
In terms of that, how important is it to come away with the tournament championship after winning the regular season? How much weight do you put on something like that?
No, I don't talk about it at all. It's one game at a time. You can't win anything unless you win the first game. So our focus is on whether it's Florida State or Virginia Tech, and our improvement and us becoming the best that we can be. I always talk to the team about preparation and process. That's the only thing that you have control over, and at the end of the day, the results will take care of itself. So I don't talk to them about that kind of stuff, and let's just show up and be at our best, and hopefully that's good enough to win some games.
What does it mean to see RJ get rewarded for everything that he's
Awesome.
done?
Just unbelievable. I want all of our players to be celebrated and supported and encouraged, noticed, and I felt like it's been, RJ in some sense has been overlooked and it's overdue, and for him to be celebrated the way he has been all season. Yes, he's had a terrific season, but I think he's had an outstanding career. And for me, as one of his coaches, being able to see what RJ has brought to this team and this program and this university, even off the court, brings tremendous joy to my heart, and for him to be named ACC Player of the Year puts a huge smile on my face.
How about you for Coach of the Year? And you're there with Coach Smith, Guthridge, Woodway, Coach McGuire. You're in that group, and that with Coach of the Year awards in this league as well.
Well, I think it's a Staff of the Year award. I really do. I just in anything that you get in life, it's not because of you. It's because of a group that has allowed you to be able to do what you can do. And I just think about, Pat and Sean and Brad and Jeff and Marcus and Hoots, and we just have a great staff. And I enjoy working with them, but more importantly, they're my friends. And that's pretty cool that you can come every day at work and be around people that you just enjoy being around.
Hubert, you had that period in the season where you lost 3 out of 5 games, but the way you guys are playing now, I mean, do you feel like the confidence is back, maybe higher than it's been, and you've sort of recaptured the mojo that you had there when you were?
Well, I mean, I don't think we lost any confidence when we had lost, 3 out of 5 or 3 out of 6. That's the season. I mean, I've mentioned this a number of times. There are going to be sunny days and rainy days, and there are going to be times where the outcome is not what we wanted. And the most important thing is, how are you going to react and how are you going to respond? So to your point, what I'm really happy with is how we have reacted and responded throughout the entire season. And so this is a group that just continues to fight and improve and work hard and stay the course. I always tell them, you got 2 choices: you can stay down or you can get back up and move forward. And this is a group that's always gotten back up and moved forward.
What would you assess the level of the defense compared to what it was during the 10-game win streak?
Yeah, I think people make too much out of the 10-game win streak in terms of defensively and comparing it to that. It seems like that's the standard. I think we've been a much improved defensive team this year. I think we've identified, and I think anyone who has watched us understands that, that is the thing that allows us to be the best that we can be. If we can defend and rebound, that leads to us even being more efficient on the offensive end. And so, again, moving forward for the remainder of the year, we got to get after it defensively. We got to rebound the basketball. We got to take care of the basketball, limit turnovers, and that puts us in a situation where we can compete against anybody in the country.
Hubert, when you get really fired up, and this is a little bit of a silly one, but like
I do.
The gesticulations that you do on the sideline,
Yeah.
and the stomping and
Yeah.
stuff, is that stuff like choreographed in a way, or where do those moves come from?
No, I don't. Yeah, well, they're not choreographed, and my wife makes fun of me all the time. That's why I have this Aura ring on, because she wants to see my heart rate during the games and stuff. And so I always tell the guys that I don't know how you play this game absent of emotion. And I want people to play with their personality. I don't know. And so for me, the hardest part is I'm 53 and I can't play anymore. And so I just get so excited out there. And so I will jump up, I'll stomp, I'll raise my hand. And that's why I stand up the whole game. I don't know how Coach Williams sat down the whole game. I just can't sit down there. I get so excited and I just want to see the guys play really well. And so it is not choreographed. That's just me being me.
What did she say?
Did you consciously, you have the same get them up the court right-handed sort of wave that Coach Williams had and Coach Smith had?
I did steal that away.
Okay, I was curious about that.
Yeah, I did steal that, and because I thought it worked, and so so I'm just telling them, let's go. I want to play fast, but Coach Smith and Coach Williams did that, and I did take that from them.
What does she say, Hubert? What does your wife say? You're talking about, like, picking on you with the sideline animation. Like, what's the post-game report when she gives it to you?
No, she looks at my phone and wants to see my heart rate and make sure I'm okay. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm just having fun. I'm okay. But she does make fun of me of how animated I get on the sideline, but I don't know how else to do it. I just, when I took this job, I said that I want to follow in the footsteps of Coach Smith, Coach Guthridge, and Coach Williams because I believe in it. And I want to, but you have to walk that path in your own shoes, and so that's what I'm trying to do.
When you think about
emotion and or I guess for you coaching that kind of emotion competitive fire, do you think your team, your players this year match that in their personality?
I think they do. We got a lot of characters out there. Harrison and Cormac and RJ and Armando and Zayden and Elliott, and I encourage that. I tell them I want them to be leaders within their own personality, and I want your personality to come out there on the floor. And so I really don't know how you do anything that you love absent of emotion, and I want them playing with that type of emotion because I feel like it makes you play at your best.
When you think of Armando, how he's changed and grown since he arrived, How meaningful is it to you as a coach and personally that he was on the all-defensive team this year?
It was huge. This will be funny. Since he made the all-defensive team, now he references himself as a 3-and-D guy.
Sure.
And so, hey, slow down. So after his 2 threes against Georgia Tech, he's a 3-and-D guy. But when I told him that, he had a bigger smile on his face than any other achievement or reward that he got. And I think that meant a lot to him, that people noticed that there was an area in his game that he really worked on and has improved. And, from a defensive standpoint, he's been fantastic for us this year. His ability to be able to guard guards out on the perimeter, in large part, our defense has improved because he has improved. And it's just a huge benefit. And I'm so thankful he was recognized for that. And he's been going around saying I'm a 3-and-D guy, so I like him to be a D guy.
So, is there any personal satisfaction that you get from that, other than just can you separate yourself from the coach, just knowing him as he is, and that was an area that he had to work hard on with his body and just recognition out there?
The satisfaction I get is being in a position to be able to help each one of them. The satisfaction I get is them being able to reach all their individual and team dreams and goals. The benefit that I get is being able to walk alongside them every day and just be there to serve them and help them and to coach them. And that brings me tremendous joy to be able to do that and to know Armando for 7 years. I think I told you I saw him when he was 15 and I thought he was in the 17 and under game, and I've known him for a long time. So to walk that journey with him before he came here and alongside him in the 5 years that he's been here, it's been pretty cool.
How different is preparation in the regular season as opposed to a tournament, especially when you don't know who you play tomorrow?
Same preparation. I don't know how you do anything differently. I just, there's one way to prepare, and I think to be at your best, you have to have consistency. I don't see how it works to prepare differently in a different format or prepare differently for a particular team. I think consistency, and we always talk about being disciplined, and discipline doesn't mean that you're perfect. Discipline means that you're committed to doing the right things the right way, consistently, and that's what we've talked about and preached all season.
Thank you, Coach.